PC sales projected annual growth of 27% per year from 2025 through 2030. Dell sells 66% of all PCs sold every year. Dell AI factory PCs will all contain NVIDIA GPU chips. I am projecting Dell's stock price to be $260.81 on 12/31/2026. Do you really need to know anything more than that? They sell 66% of all the PCs that are sold in the world. And if you want the GPU from NVIDIA, it looks like you're going to have to buy a Dell. So maybe they'll sell more than 66%. And can you really function in the future without an AI programmed or an AI capable PC?
I'm here to announce this Dell AI factory with NVIDIA going to market starting today. Michael turned it into an easy bit. And so that just as Dell did early days with PCs, they're now doing this with AI factories, so that any company can come to Dell and with a specification or the requirement, they could get into the business of producing. And this is the big idea, producing intelligence at scale.
So Bill is a buyer.
It's actually already happening. And, companies like ServiceNow had the engineering resources to sort of build their own with our help and capability. But now we're already doing this with hundreds of enterprise companies. And there's also some services that go into this because it's a new thing. It's a new architecture. And you saw us announce new capabilities today around storage and networking. Again, it's this whole solution. And we've created the easy button so that enterprises can kind of quickly implement and deploy these tools.
You can think about it through the lens of your customers.
Look at Michael and Jensen here. Do you think they are saying, well, we just increased our net worth by another $1 billion with that piece of information? Look how they're grinning at each other. And where is that going to go relative to your phone? Are you going to have to upgrade your phone as well? We'll talk about that in the future. And then the other question is, how am I going to make all this available to me as a small businessman? Am I going to have to deal with Google or Microsoft or some other large corporation? I don't think so. I think there's going to be a company that is going to specialize in just programming my data into a server so that I can have the benefits of AI in my business. Now, who's that going to be? I'm going to introduce you to them tomorrow. That's a company by the name of ServiceNow, run by the other guy that was in the interview I showed you. And if you didn't see that last week, you're totally in the dark, and you'll be in the dark, and you're going to miss this. So go find this video and learn who Bill McDermott is and what ServiceNow is and how he's part of the sheriff's team. You know who the sheriff is, don't you? The guy who also owns the bank? That's Jensen Hong, because he's got the product we all want to bring us into the AI revolution, which is going to lead us into machine learning, which is going to change our world. So if we don't get involved in this game early, we're going to be on the outside while the sheriff is controlling things. Now, will Advanced Micro Devices and Intel make an entry into this? Yeah, I'm sure they will. But again, if you'll go back and watch that video I shared with you last week, where Jensen and Michael Dell basically said, if you want an NVIDIA GPU in your PC, you're probably going to have to buy it from Michael. Now, will Advanced Micro Devices and Intel break through that and get into Dell? I don't know. But right now, it looks like it's a closed system. It's a closed ballpark. That Jensen is building his team. Now, another team may come up, and that might be Advanced Micro Devices, and maybe then there'll be the Intel team. I don't know. But right now, I know where I have to invest, and I think you need to know where you need to invest as well. This is kind of unique. I mean, as the internet was grown, we had two opposing forces. We had the Apple and we had the Microsoft. Right now, it looks like there's only one game in town, and you better get on the bus. and play in that game. And then someone asked me, are your buses ICE or are they EV? Well, right now the buses are internal combustion, but we'll see. Some of you think that electric vehicles were a fad and it's not going to go. I don't know about that because I don't have one. But on the other hand, I think I'm going to probably want an autonomous automobile somewhere in the future, and that's going to involve a lot of microchips and semiconductors and a lot of companies that I own that are going to have to make sure those semiconductors are burnt in. We know they work before we let people put them into an autonomous automobile. The world is changing fast, and the teams are being picked. And the players are being selected, and you need to know who's going to be on the winning team and how it's all going to measure out. I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm a retired financial advisor. This is my gig. That's what someone told me. You got a gig, don't you? Yeah, I got a gig. It's making videos. It's sharing my knowledge, my experience, and I'm having the time of my life. So get on the bus and let's enjoy this journey and make a little money while we're going down this road. Talk to you again tomorrow.